Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Aerial Powers. Now, y'all know I'm an Aerial Powers fan. As a person, I think she's funny. She seems sweet. She seems like the type of person you'd want to hang out with and have a beer, as they like to describe it. And she just, without even mentioning, this is what's really kind of amazing about this. She didn't, unlike someone like myself, she didn't go on a rant or a screed calling people out. She didn't attack anyone or push back on anyone. She didn't bring up a single thing around the narrative of the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark since Caitlin Clark got there, or the fans, right? She didn't call out all the dirty plays on Caitlin Clark last year. She didn't call out on how a lot of the players treated her. She didn't call out all the nonsense around the Indiana Fever and the roster. She didn't call out and shred Dewana Bonner for her absolute nonsense, acting like a petulant 3-year-old child who's used to getting her way. She didn't do any of that. And yet, it's exactly what she did without saying a single word. And this is fantastic. I wanted to do a video about this, not because anything is controversial or brings up any questions or stories or drama. So hopefully a lot of people still see this, because I think it's sometimes important to do these as well. But I wanted to do it for the Indiana Fever fans and the Caitlin Clark fans to experience something like this from a player, from someone who was there, with everything that I just mentioned that we've gone through over the past couple of seasons. It's absolutely wild. So I'm going to play you a short clip. Now, I will say, well, I'm going to play a short clip, but Aerial Powers, if you are paying attention to her at all now that she's joined the Fever or did before, and she does a lot of vlogging. She does a lot of interaction with fans, not just basketball, but she's a gamer as well. But as you can see here, she says, "My love letter to the Indiana Fever. This isn't just a recap. It's a reflection on everything this season taught me. From my first practice, finding my voice from the sidelines, to the moments that reminded me why I love this game. This video is full of gratitude, faith, and love for my teammates, coaches." Get ready for it, folks. This is bravery from Aerial Powers, and the fans who showed up every single night. It's a story about growth, belief, and giving what you can. So grab your food and popcorn and settle in, because this was a full journey, 45 minutes of love, laughter, and heart. So go check that out on Aerial Powers' channel if you want. I want to play a brief clip from her that I think is interesting on multiple levels that I want to talk about and give my feedback, and also my experience in what she is talking about and how rare and incredible it actually is. So I hope people, even with everything that went on with Caitlin Clark, people appreciated this season, because you may not see another like it, or at least for a long time. And I'll get into that in a minute.
We just lost to Vegas. Got us a penthouse suite to be with each other one last time, okay? And I just remember sitting in the back where I can see everyone and everybody, what everybody's doing. And it was just like, oh my God, I'm getting chills talking to you about it right now. And in the back, in the cut, watching everybody. I see Lexi, Shay, Sophie, they're doing their thing on the pool table. Lexi's being her, being silly, being hyped, chest bumping Sophie. Sophie being crazy Sophie, a song come on, she dancing, twerking, you know what I'm saying? Cece over there on the couch being the DJ, standing on the couch with her shades on. KK over there just dancing, you know? Everybody's just being them. And I look and I sit and I watch. Coach is also dancing sometimes, being her. All the coaches just vibing. And I sit back and I look. And I'm just peeping the scene. And I say, this is why they were able to do this. Because everybody can just be them. Sophie can be her crazy self. Lex can be herself. CC can do what she doing, DJ. And nobody is, what's she doing on it? What's she doing there? Everybody's just being them and just vibing. You know what I'm saying? And that is so hard to find, especially in big groups. And then that song by Nicki Minaj came on. I wish that I can have this moment for life. For life. Y'all know that song? For life,
All right,
right? So
we're
I'm
gonna
sitting back and that's
we're gonna
laughter,
vibe over
happiness.
Ariel
Dang,
singing a little bit.
man. Thank you, God, for allowing me to be able to be here and be blessed enough to experience a team and people this way. Because it's not like that everywhere. And for them to be able to go through what they went through, I know this moment right here is exactly why. It's exactly why they were able to go through what they went through. Look at them. Look at how they're being with each other, celebrating each other, talking, laughing, being real friends. It was beautiful. I wish I could have took y'all with me. But certain situations I like to be with my teammates, you know. I like to show y'all the BTS, but some things it's just for us, you know.
That was freaking awesome. That is the truth about the Indiana Fever. Like I said, not a single negative word. She talked about the experience with this team, what she went through, and it was so refreshing to hear with everything that we've gone through that I wanted to share it with you and give a few of my thoughts. And Aerial Powers, first of all, oh, by the way, welcome to the channel. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Shout out to the 19. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I wanted to get right into it. What can I say? Aerial, and Oh, what first I want to back up and just give one lesson to the league in general. Okay? If you want to grow, setting aside the whole product on the court part, you need a lot more players to act like aerial powers. Right? Just be likable, play the game, appreciate the fans. That's it. It's really not a difficult formula. Now, what she also was talking about, which first I want to mention again, right? Shredding all the narratives just by talking about the positivity of this team. And I saw she mentioned the fans, and like I said, she's got a 45-minute video over on her channel you can check out. And none of the other stuff, didn't even get into it. And it's so true what she's saying. And this is why I said, even with everything that went on with Caitlin Clark, even with those of us who were like just not on board with Stephanie White, there was so much to appreciate about this team for the reasons she mentioned and to understand how rare it is. And I'm sure some of you can let me know in the comments below with long time teams and other sports maybe that you follow. But I can give examples of, like for me that in Philly, the 93 Phillies, even though they didn't win a championship, they lost in the World Series, an absolutely beloved team because it gave the same vibe that you're getting from Aerial Powers here about how the team felt about each other and also their appreciation and interaction with the fans. We got it with the 22 Phillies. Oh, and of the big one in most recent time, which I think really had that was the 2017 Super Bowl winning Philadelphia Eagles. They were just that type of team. You just could get it. You knew it. They loved playing together. They loved playing for each other. They loved playing in front of the fans as tough as they can be at times. And that's a rare thing, especially in pro sports, but it's rare all the time. So I'll just give a brief experience with me as a coach, because I would have this conversation with players. I was very, very lucky when I started out coaching with the group I got, not as athletes, but as people, even at that age. We all had almost no drama. The players got along. It was a great environment in that respect. The players got along. The players battled for each other. The players stood up for each other. There were no cliques. There was no infighting and none of that. And I would have those conversations with the players and even the parents, because, any of you have been involved in youth sports at times, it's a whole bunch of the keeping up with the Joneses nonsense and being like, we've got to get on this team and this club because they have this reputation and they play in this league and all that. This conversation about how rare it was to have the environment that we had and how important that can be for young players in terms of not just developing a love for the sport, but in terms of their development. When you are in an environment where you look forward to going to practice when you're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, even in the teen years, and you look forward to that and you look forward to playing with your teammates, that's a huge deal. And look, we're all human. So guess what? That's a huge deal at the pro level as well. And I think Aerial Powers does a fantastic job of spelling that out. I think it's great for the Indiana Fever fans to hear this type of thing, because when Aerial Powers got here, right, you didn't get any of that vibe about, yeah, I'm kind of digging this Fever thing because I get to grow my brand off of Caitlin Clark, even though I'm not really a fan of the fans. Like, there was none of that from her. Anything she's getting off of being part of the Fever and Clark, obviously the eyes because of the team, but she earned it. She played hard. She's likable. She appreciated the fans. She appreciated the opportunity. And she made that very clear without it coming off, in a way that where you're kind of like, I don't know about this player. I think she was instantly accepted by the players and the fans in Indiana. So it was great to see this. And hopefully, you know what, a lot of other players see this as well and say, hey, you know what? Maybe the stuff I'm being fed and the stuff I'm hearing isn't really true. Maybe as a free agent, if the CBA ever gets hammered out, that is a place I might like to go check out, is play for the Indiana Fever, play with Caitlin Clark, play with Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham if there's, and hopefully, you know what? I would like to see Aerial Powers come back, but we'll see how it goes. Obviously, with all the injuries and all the players that played for this team, they are not all going to be back. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out the video as always. Do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're about 250 away from that 15,000. And then yeah, we are going to do a Bench Mob Baddies shirt giveaway. So anyway, stay tuned for that. Go have the day you deserve. I'll talk to you later.